Right, John is now. Shaban says Rangers will absolutely get thumped tonight, 5-0 by Tottenham. Ooh. John is now for more as a former Spurs striker, first team coach Clive Allen. Clive, a very, very good morning.
Good morning, Clive.
Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Alan. How are we?
We're good. Listen, I'm looking forward to this tonight, Clive. I really am. It's going to be jumping Ibrox under the lights in midweek European game. Tottenham will take their fair amount up there as well. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Rangers have picked up domestically and especially in Europe. Whereas Spurs, people keep talking about Spursy and at the back. How do you see it, Clive? This is not going to be as easy as what some people are thinking.
No, I think when the draw was made, it always looked, obviously, it's going to be a big game for both teams. But it's taken on more significance now. Rangers just one place above Spurs, having a good Europa League run.
Yeah.
Spurs, much changed when they play their Europa League games. Ange Postecoglou has changed the team up, trying to give young players game time. But it now takes on some importance, I think, if they're going to try and end up in those top 8 places and automatic qualifications for the knockout. So it's not only a big game initially, but it's a massive game now in terms of where they both stand.
Clive, do you think it's a strong side he's got to put out tonight at Ibrox, Ange, because he can't afford to get beat here, and then it's Southampton, I think, at the weekend, isn't it?
That's right, Alan. I think, I think he'll go as strong as he can. I think the problem he has is Romero, Van der Ven, Ben Davies all out, 3 defenders injured. Dragusin, I feel, will play with young Archie Gray alongside him at the heart of the defence. So that will be a test for them. But other than that, I think he'll be as strong as he can because he needs to win the game.
Archie Gray, do you think he'll play centre back, Clive?
I think he could, yeah.
Wow.
I think he might have to, just purely because of the lack of numbers in that position.
Crikey.
Clive, I don't know if you've seen these comments from Romero. I'll just read them quickly. Manchester City competes every year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad. Chelsea strengthens their squad, doesn't do well, strengthens again, and now they're seeing results. Those are the things to imitate. You have to realise that something is going wrong. Hopefully the board realise it. You can't say that, can you, mate? Not in this day and age.
No, I think I think they're poor comments because the club have invested. They've brought players in the summer. Obviously, Ange has addressed a number of areas of the team that he wanted to, and Romero's. I think it was a poor statement from him in respect of saying that they don't compete. We know they can compete. They've beaten City. Obviously, they had a thriller against Chelsea. When the team's playing well and full of confidence, it can compete with anyone in the Premier League.
Yeah,
maybe if he wasn't injured all the time, he could help his team.
I know. But that was something. That Chelsea game was played at great pace, Clive. I really enjoyed that game.
Oh, it's a fabulous game. If you were a neutral, it was one to enjoy. Really end to end. Two good teams. I thought Chelsea were outstanding in the way. Obviously, they came back from being 2-0 down. Fabulous start from Spurs. It was a rip-roaring Premier League game.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed with, though, when I was watching the game in recent weeks. I love Udogie, but defensively, the way he just lets people run past him. I mean, Palmer got past him for the Fernandes goal, and he just left him, sort of passed him on, Clive. And I'm like, come on, that's your man. Go back and try and get back and do your best to try and help.
Yeah, I think, Gabby, as you know, the way Spurs play, they push Porro into midfield, they push Udogie in there. So they're not necessarily the old-fashioned right and left back. And therefore, they're in advanced positions, always tracking back, trying to get back into position when they have to defend.
Clive, I'm just talking about Palmer. What a player he is, by the way. That's I complain, not complain, but I whinge about Tottenham midfield. Someone with real pure class, and for me, Palmer's that player. They're not going to get him now, but the way he carries the ball, the way he creates, the goals he scores, he is top class, Clive.
Absolutely top drawer. I think, as you say, the way he carries the ball, manipulates the ball, but his football intelligence as well. The things he sees around him, he's able to make fabulous passes. We talk about buying and selling, and how Manchester City would like Cole Palmer in their ranks now. So you don't get them all right. And certainly he has been absolutely first class for Chelsea.
So, Clive, on a positive, looking at the table here, look, if Tottenham are going to get the top 4 or 5, they're not that far away.
No.
A little run, they can put a little run together, Clive. They can climb up there, can't they?
Absolutely. I think, you look at Ajax in 6th, they're on the same number of points, Lyon, Rangers and Tottenham in 9th. They've got the away game at Rangers tonight, big game. Then they go to Hoffenheim, Germany, and I think that's a game that's winnable. And then Elfsberg, who looks like they're going out the competition. So that's the last game at home. They might need to win that to secure top 8. But I think one of the other things is you don't want to be playing 2 playoff games in February. You want to qualify and be in the knockout stage and avoid another 2 games.
Yeah. Clive, will I see you next week? Are you coming to lunch?
Yeah, hopefully, Alan. Yeah, I'll be there. Be good to see you.
Enjoy tonight, mate. Thank you.
Clive.
All the best. Cheers,
Clive
guys.
Allen there. God, Clive scored some goals.
Could do with him right now, couldn't they?
He scored some goals, that's for sure. I was just looking at the Premier as well. Look, we spoke about Newcastle, didn't we? Spurs just above them. A little run, 20 points each. They're not that far away.
No.
They're not that far away, are they?
Look at in 5th position, Forest Villa 6, 25 points, couple of wins. It's not panic stations yet, but I just think when I look at the Premier League now, Al, and I watch these teams, Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford and Fulham, very good teams. They're going to set points off the top teams as well. The Premier League's got the standards got higher and higher from other teams.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.